Hideo never liked for us to use first person singular. It was always a we this, we that. He would go storming out of the room if he used too many I this and I that. Even though it might have been me that did it, it comes off as we to the client. I mean that's the style. That's a serious style, and that goes all the way back. Sasaki's foundation of the firm. I think that also, I think we try, for the client's sake, we have to identify who's in charge. I think that's critical. The client must know who's running the show. So we have a managing principle on every project, and we have a design principle on every project. And there's always a project manager, and then there may be managers for disciplines depending on how big the project is. But as far as the client's concerned, there's one person, and that's the managing principle. My style with my managing principle is kind of fairly simple. We introduce ourselves, and we did this in Charleston. Mo Friedman introduced himself as, if you select Sasaki, I'll be the managing principal. I'm the ballpoint pen guy. I am really going to make sure this project is run with precision and within the budget, on time, technically correct, da-da-da-da. Now, Stu over here, he's a soft pencil guy. He's going to be responsible for the design. The two of us are going to work together, and it's going to be better for that collaboration. So if you want to know about soft pencil stuff, you go to Stu. You want to know about ballpoint pen stuff, go to me. And I love, by the way, that if I had the ideal model for me, as a guy who doesn't like to worry about footings, foundations, and geotechnical stuff, I love having the project manager or the managing principal who wears civil engineer boots. I mean, it's perfect teamwork stuff. I don't need another landscape architect managing Stu Dawson. I need a guy who can get me out of trouble or keep me out of trouble. It had to be really unusual because I didn't know of any other firms in that day, and this is early '57, that had a planner and architect on staff. Almost the majority of our staff weren't landscape architects, almost the majority. And of course, we eventually added, not long from that, not much later, added a civil engineer. And it continued to be that way for half a century. The disciplines to this day are fairly well balanced. Architecture may be slightly bigger, but landscape and planning, or if you add planning, is bigger than architecture. Civil is a little smaller, but we trade roles. Sometimes a planner will manage a project, sometimes an engineer, sometimes a landscape architect. It's really, I think it probably was the first of its kind, unless we know maybe there's some others out there. Clark and Rapuano may have been that way. I think they were very good at engineering as well as landscape architecture. But I can't imagine practicing any other way. I really love having people that know a lot more than I know about a lot of things that I care about.